Merry Christmas.
God never gives someone a gift that you're not capable of receiving. If he gives us the gift of Christmas, it's because we all have the ability to understand and receive it. Today, we're going to talk about what our favorite Christmas gift was as a child. But we also must remember the best Christmas gift is to realize how much you already have. Have faith, let it begin. Dr. E is back. Starts right now.
On June 16th, 2018, a show designed for you, the Daily Commuter, went live. A weekly show all about faith. A show with motivational topics, inspirational stories, and personal testimony set out to change the world.
Ariel, can you say have faith?
Again.
Let it begin?
Again.
Say have faith.
Again.
Let it begin.
No.
No? Okay.
It's the boy.
Hi, Noah.
Noah!
Noah.
Happy birthday, Noah!
Have faith, let begin. When it starts right now.
Welcome to Have Faith. Let it begin. Here's your host, Angel Santana.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Have Faith, Let It Begin. Today is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it, because today is December 5th, and Dr. E is back. How are you, buddy?
Angel, thank you so much for the week off. I really needed it. You were pretty burnt yourself, so I'm sure last week was a little bit of a holiday for you as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everybody knows I had a flat tire.
Yes,
The car
we
was
all
in the
know.
shop. The car was in the shop. By the way, I'll say this to you because I think you'll appreciate it. My Frigidaire microwave broke again, but I'm not going to even bother. So we'll move forward. And we're just thinking, we're moving forward.
Angel, actually, that's going to be my present to you. Denise and I are going to buy you and your family a Frigidaire microwave.
If you do, that would be really a big insult. Folks, we're talking about, the holiday season, and we're talking about your, favorite Christmas gift as a child. I'm going to let E go first, unless you want me to start, because I did put you on the spot.
Nope, not at all. I actually know the answer to that. The best Christmas gift I ever got in my entire life was when I was 7 years old, and I went under the Christmas tree and I got a Major Matt Mason rubber doll. He was a doll from Mattel where he was a spaceman. He came like 60 years before Buzz Lightyear, and he was my best pal. And I didn't go anywhere without Major Matt Mason, and Major Matt Mason and I became the best friends. And I loved him so much, and I took him everywhere. And then one day his right leg came off. And then a couple of months later, the left leg came off. And then maybe a year later, the right arm came off, and then the left arm came off. And finally his head came off. So we used to call him Major Matt Torso. Because poor Major Matt had no, all it was his body in that white, astronaut suit. And I loved him so much that I just could not part with my Major Matt Torso. So that was absolutely the best Christmas gift I ever got.
Awesome. For me, I actually had the reason why I came up with this topic is because I actually had a dream where I was back in the past. And I remember I was watching myself as a child, and I forgot about this gift, and I remember it. Maybe it was because I was just so young. I can't tell you what age it was, but I know I was young enough, or too young, to the point where I must have had it, in the back of my head for years. But I remember getting glowworm. I remember getting the glowworm, where when you would hold the doll and then the face would glow up. And I remember that. I used to have an issue with sleeping by myself in my room. I always wanted to, well, not always wanted to. I always made my way into my parents' bedroom and slept in my dad's room. But glowworm was my buddy. And
yeah, I mean, we get very attached to these things. I mean, and the nice thing is, it means that, both of us coming from, very humble backgrounds, it's really actually quite, quite nostalgic and actually quite meaningful these little things because, my kids grew up in a different environment where, there was definitely more resources available, and they had, more, I guess monstrous holidays or whatever. But the fact that we had these two little things that, cost nothing. But now 60 years later, I'm thinking about how important that little thing was to me. And to tell you a funny story is that I went on eBay or whatever years ago and got another major Mason, this time with a head and two arms and two legs. And he's somewhere in the house. I don't sleep with him, but I will be honest with you, say that every once in a while I do go down and then talk to Major Matt. When things are going bad, I talk to my Major Matt Mason.
I love it. I love it. Well, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be, talking a lot of Christmas, different types of topics. And I wanted to keep it short and sweet because you know what? It's one of those things where I'm sure many of our listeners are going to say, oh my goodness, I would love to share what my Christmas gift is. And you know what? We've got one more for you. December 19th. It's official.
Yeah, tell me. I was just
19th.
going to ask you, Angel, tell
Yep.
us about our live show.
Yes, December 19th is, I'm sorry, I said December 19th. See, I messed it up. Let me start it again. December 16th. Ian, Ellie, and I have come together, and we will be hosting a first ever first ever together live audience edition. It will be the second version that we've ever had, but it'll be the first one where Ian and I will have will partake with all of you. It will be a pre-recorded one. It will be live as far as when I do my devotion version, but prior to going live, we'll have just a private version with many of you, and then we'll go live together. And
I'm looking forward to it, Angel. What will be tell us about the format?
It's going to be audience participation from the first 30 minutes. It'll be from 7 to 7:30, and then we'll be officially live on the podcast at 7:30 to 8. I don't think it's going to go a half hour, but if it does, great. We're going to encourage all of you to reach out to me, angel@havefaithletitbegin.com, so that I can start providing you with the Zoom, because everybody will have their own password to get in. And we will also have some major surprises announced on that night as well.
Awesome. So I get to meet all of our amazing Have Faith Let It Begin audience. Yeah,
absolutely. But before you do that, make sure you send us some pictures or some comments about what your favorite gift was, because we want to share that with everyone on that night. So
I want to know if anyone else ever got a Major Matt Mason, or a glowworm.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So for that, I'm gonna let you have the last word before I close this out in prayer.
Awesome. Angel, I did have a question for you.
Sure.
Knowing how much you love professional wrestling and all that's associated with it, did you ever get as a gift Stretch Armstrong?
I did not, but I do have in the basement, which I cannot wait to bring it up. I have the entire WWE wrestling collection that was back in the 80s that was made by they were like rubber. And there's a story with that. I'm going to share that with us next Monday.
Angel, did I ever tell you that I went to the first steel cage match between Bruno Sammartino and Ivan Putski?
Oh man, we're gonna have to talk about this offline. I like this.
Yeah, there you go.
See how the things that come out,
There you go.
All right, folks. Well, we're going to close out today's episode with a prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for this episode. We thank you for coming together, and we thank you that we're going to have an opportunity to be all together as one. Thank God for technology, and we can use that for our benefit and to use that for your glory. So we ask all of you today to continue to watch over your families and watch over your friends, but we ask the Lord to watch over each and every one of you, because you are a gift. You are a person that God has created. He loves you. He believes in you. He trusts you, and he's never going to leave your side. And finally, let's remember that we're in the holiday season, and a lot of us are going to be saying Merry Christmas. So may your heart and home be filled with all of the joys and seasons that brings happiness to each and every one of you. Merry Christmas to you, and happy Hanukkah, of course, to our Jewish friends, and also eventually be happy Kwanzaa. So with that being said, never forget,
Have faith, let it begin.
Have a good one, guys. Thank you for listening to another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. That's right, Ariel. We're done with another show. And it's always great to have this show with you, man love. You know, we're going to encourage each and every person to listen to our show every single weekday. That's right, you and I are going to help change the world. Do you think that you can do that for me? Huh? Yeah, you know you can. She does. We want to let you know, and yes, we encourage you to listen to our show each and every weekday, and it's going to be live at 7:30. Make sure you're subscribed to our show. Make sure you get ready, fasten those seatbelts, because Ariel and I and my family are going to bring you a new topic, a new story each and every day, right? Isn't that right, Ariel? Yeah. And she's smiling at me. Guys, enjoy your day.